about you? With
I would say you have to meet them where they are.
Meet them where they are. I love that.
You got to meet them where they are. And every young person is in a different space. Some of them are very technology savvy. Some of them are very articulate. Some of them are very fashion driven. You got to meet them where they are, build them up, help them get to where they want to go. So you really have to give them some guidance.
Sure.
But you got to start wherever they are, and you cannot display any kind of shock value by what they're doing.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because what they're doing today, we didn't have the capacity to do when I was a child.
Right. You have an excellent point. That's a good point.
We didn't have a mental capacity. We didn't have a physical capacity.
The evolving of it.
Yeah. This whole thing, this whole world today has come to a place where I can't even imagine what it's going to be in 10 years. So we have to impart the wisdom on them based on where they're at today to help them get to where they want to go.
Okay.
And that means bringing them into the sisterhood.
Right.
But we got to do something special for them. So bring them into the event, but carve out something for them that allows them to feel this bridge. They got to feel this bridge happen.
Feel it.
They got to feel it and own it. And maybe you have a little chairperson that says, what are we going to do for the young people at our event?
Right.
That's a good
But
idea.
you teach them sisterhood. You teach them what that means.
Yeah. You
They
gotta
don't
teach
understand
them.
that.
They don't. Right. You gotta teach them, and that is an upcoming event that I want to do, and that's why I kind of wanted to touch on that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have something. We're gonna have some young people, and we're gonna bring them in.
And we gotta let them define what they want. We can't sit and brainstorm in a corner and say, this is what we're going to do for them.
Right.
Because they're going to come in and go, we don't like that.
Oops.
We don't like to have that plan.
That does not work for me.
Right.
That's so 1980s.
Right.
So we got to let them craft what they want, but we got to guide them.
Good job. Good job. What about you?
No, you guys touched on a lot. I think, give them a hand up before you give them a smack down.
Right.
And I think, my daughter's 19 and my son is 13, and even just some of the other, like I was just in San Antonio with the fight, some of the individuals who were in boss positions are in their 20s.
Oh,
and, we stayed together. I mean, they had a mutual respect. Sometimes they think I'm still in my 20s. But like you said, meeting them halfway, you know what I mean? But what I've learned too is that I still kind of come from a nurturing point of view, because I'm born in 74, and it was like, I don't care if the age difference was 3 years, 5, it was a certain level of respect we had for our elder. I don't care if it was a year, 5 years, 10 years, your senior, it was just a certain level of respect, and that's something that I don't allow anybody who's in my circle to forfeit that. I don't care on what level you're doing, like that respect line is critical to be able to have that energy, to be able to let it be felt no matter who you're talking to, because we've been there, done that. Some of these kids do think they know more than us. They don't even know the world yet.
They have more exposure for sure.
They are a lot smarter. They understand technology. I mean, 19, 20-year-olds are doing things that I wasn't even thinking about doing at 19, 20. So I do give them that rope that you're so innovative and you're so free and you understand, what it takes to be an entrepreneur and you want time freedom, and I empower that energy. But if I do see them not in line, with the disrespect or not being respectful with themselves, like I keep it 100. Because like you said, it's about your impression on the world, and some of them don't have a strong support or leadership. So if I come in, it's like I'm not trying to be your mama or your daddy, but it's like I think everybody, whether it's personally or professionally, I think having a strong support and strong leadership is cool. Just because they're young and making money doesn't mean I can be bald. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do what you do, but I'm gonna just keep it real with you, because if I don't tell you, somebody else will, or you're gonna learn the hard.
And it may not come out as softer and gentle.
And that's the same thing, like too, with my daughters. I try to bring them in. This is what I do, or they see what I'm doing, and in a sense, it's a template. We're a template for them to emulate, because they're like sponges too, so if they see me, okay, well maybe I want to be an entrepreneur, or maybe I want to be an author, or maybe I want to, go out and have these great networking events, and businesses. So it's something, it's what we do a lot that shows them how we'll bring them in. So if we show sisterhood, they're seeing it too. At different things. And so that will bring them in.
And I'm sorry, but that goes back to what I mentioned very early in our conversation, integrity. Our words have to match our actions.
That's a word.
And if they are seeing you do it, when you talk about it,
Right.
it has more value.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's what we teach the women in our program. Your words and your actions have to match. And then the other thing I wanted to just throw in there before we left the topic was, we have a lot of young people that we're talking about nurturing and everything.
Sure.
They don't always have the most positive home environment.
That's what
Absolutely.
So we need to bring mama in too.
Right.
Let's not forget about mama.
Yeah, unfortunately, and I have a young lady at our home that's 20. Unfortunately, sitting with her, and I was just like, wow, she's the same age as my daughter. But she missed out on learning
Yes,
that.
she did.
She missed out on learning that. Unfortunately, she didn't have that positive role model to maybe have some of the information that my daughter may have right now. So you're right. So meeting them where they're at and kind of starting, from there. Yeah.
And bring mama in because,
we
we're not
all need
and we're not going to be with them all the time. So we can't always be that influence.
Right.
So why don't we teach mom
So
how
that
to
she
be,
can influence
so that
them.
she can continue to give that positive influence
That's
and that
right.
positive feedback, empowering her so those younger brothers and sisters can also have the benefit. And I mean, we build stronger women, we build stronger families.
I know that's strong. It's
So-
my Sisterhood City,
Sisterhood
right?
City.
Sisterhood City.
It's the
I'm
community.
gonna wrap it up here pretty quick, and I'm gonna
Right,
go around and I'm gonna ask you guys. Just kind of throw it out there a little bit. What's your best sisterhood experience, maybe that you can remember? I know it's probably a lot, but if you had to choose one, what's your best sisterhood experience?
Wow.
Wow. Okay, let me sit back. Go ahead, Michelle.
G-Ray, PG-Ray.
I know. I just think the camaraderie.
Just
For
camaraderie.
me, I'm such a simple, basic, fun. Any environment to me where I can just have. This is a positive experience for me as a sisterhood.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
Good.
it's like when I'm in an environment or in a situation where we can come together, we can laugh, we can talk, we can exchange ideas and experiences, and I walk away feeling empowered, feeling inspired, feeling motivated. Those are the type of sisterhood experiences and environments that are empowering and help me. I feel so empowered now. I don't tell them what I might say on
You
day.
said, well, you know what's gonna happen
I'm
after
inspired Cynthia to start fulfilling what I need to be doing on my own book.
Yes.
Right, there you
Type of
go.
experiences
There you go.
that empower me. So when I just able to get around positive, strong women who are movers and shakers, really about the solution, really about making a difference, those are the type of things that really are good sisterhood experience for me as an individual that I'm looking for, that speeds me.
Yeah, I think for me, don't just kind of go around like that, keep it going. I think for me, I know there's so many,
Yes.
but I think maybe just on a whim, we have just said, hey, we want to go to Sacramento. We want to go to Sacramento. We would just get in the truck and car, and we would go and kick off our shoes and laugh and regroup for the coming week or for the coming months. I think just being spontaneous with it, with your girls and kicking it off, and you never know, somebody in the group may start crying, or so what? Just being spontaneous. But what about you, Laura?
Wow, for me, I don't know. For me, it's a little bit more because I'm very simple too.
Okay.
Very simple, very very home-girl like.
Okay.
For me, it's about the closeness, and
Okay.
so my fondest experience is the night before my wedding,
Okay.
and my bridesmaids and we got massages.
Okay.
We had bottles of wine. We got massages. We were up all night long, tired as heck the next day, but just. That closeness of just coming closer together and strengthening the friendship, for me, those are the best experiences. And that can happen in any capacity. So that alone does it for me.
You guys know I got a deep one. It's gonna But my biggest sisterhood experience is, and I don't know if you want to go this route, but this is what my biggest, closest bond is, a sisterhood experience is. The same friend that I mentioned in the beginning, Anna, the last time that I was locked up in jail, she told me, I'm not going to come to your rescue. You have to rescue yourself. Just let me know you want to be picked up, and I will pick you up, and we will go from there, in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit. But I never took it as literal. So the day that I got out of jail, the last time that I've ever been in jail, and ever will be if God permits, but the last time I got out of jail, as I was in the release area, they said, okay, everyone gets a phone call, and I called her. I said, hey, Anna, I'm getting out of jail. She said, girl, I know you out of jail. I'm in the parking lot. And when I came out, you know, she was in her pajamas and she ran over and she looked at me and she said, let's do it again. And she said, girl, I had my computer set for your release date. Think I was going to leave you in here? Honey, you going to go the right route this time. Get on in this car and let's go. That was my best.
That's good. That was good. Well, I'm glad we got a chance to do this. I'm glad we bonded more, and I'm sure we'll continue to do that with the things that we have going on. Just stay positive in sisterhood. Stay positive, as we all said. Take something. Meet sisters where they're at. You know, don't listen at the gossip and prejudge. Just be there, because you never know, that person you're prejudging may be your biggest supporter, biggest friend, biggest advocate. So just do that. So sisterhood always, and we'll let y'all know who's going to be the sisterhood mayor of Arizona. We got to start voting on councils and everything. Check us out on Facebook, on Twitter, and stay tuned. We got some great topics to come. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.